Now we will study power amplifiers. In previous lecture we have studied voltage amplifiers, H parameters, etc. Now power amplifier converts DC power from the supply into output AC power. Converts DC power from the supply into output AC power. Conversion of power DC into AC. Okay, output power will be AC, input power is DC, and action is controlled by its action is controlled by input signal that is applied at the input of the amplifier, that means at the base terminal. A sine wave will be applied. It will convert DC power from supply into AC power. Input power is DC power, output power is AC power, and action of the circuit is controlled by AC signal, that is power amplifier. Right? So we have to study class A and class B power amplifier, their efficiency relations and numericals. So first, performance parameters of power amplifier. Performance parameters. First performance parameter, efficiency. As we know, efficiency is ratio of output quantity and input quantity. Here output power is AC power, input power is DC power, so efficiency is defined as output power upon input power. There are two efficiencies. Ratio of first efficiency is overall efficiency. This is the notation used for efficiency. O means overall. Overall efficiency. Output power is AC upon input power is DC. So this is overall efficiency. Second, collector efficiency. Notation for efficiency, C subscript. Output power upon dissipation of transistor. So there are two efficiencies. Output power upon input power is overall efficiency. Output power upon transistor dissipation is collector efficiency. What is output power, what is input power, what is transistor dissipation? It will be clear in coming article. Second performance parameter is distortion. Distortion. Now what is general meaning of distortion? We are applying input, we are getting output. If output is not exact reproduction of input, exact reproduction of input, any change in the wave shape is distortion. If input is sine wave, output must be sine wave. It can be amplified, inverted, let it be. But if input is sine wave, output is sine wave, undistorted. If input is sine wave, output is little bit distorted. Suppose input is this one and output is this one. Distortion. Positive half cycle is not obtained. Or any change of output with respect to input. Any change in wave shape of output with respect to input is distortion. Right? So distortion. Any change in wave shape of output with respect to input, or if output is not exact reproduction or replica of input. So distortion, any change in the wave shape of output with respect to input is distortion, or if output is not exact replica means exact reproduction of input signal, then it is distortion. Right? So there are two types of distortion. First, harmonic distortion. Harmonic distortion. So when output contain new frequencies which are not available in input signal. If the output contain new frequencies, we have applied some input and we are getting some output, and in output if we get some new frequencies which are not there in the input, these new frequencies are known as harmonics. Right? So harmonic distortion means output contain new frequencies which are not available in the input signal. Those new frequencies are known as harmonics, and the frequencies are generated in integer multiple of fundamental frequency. Now what is meant by integer multiple? So output contain new frequencies, those new frequencies are known as harmonics, and how they are generated? Integer multiplication of fundamental frequency. So if fundamental frequency is f1, then it will contain f1, 2f1, 3f1, 4f1, 1, 2, 3, 4, integer multiplication of fundamental frequency. That is known as harmonic distortion. I am going to provide you the notes, you can go through the notes. Second is crossover distortion. Crossover distortion. When output is not obtained for entire cycle of input signal. When output is not obtained for entire cycle of input signal, then it is crossover distortion. Now what does it mean? Input is 0 to 2 pi sine wave, 0 to pi positive half cycle, pi to 2 pi negative half cycle. We are not getting output between 0 to pi as well as pi to 2 pi. Positive half cycle is not obtained for 0 to pi, negative half cycle is not obtained for pi to 2 pi. So the portion in which we are not getting output is known as crossover distortion. You will understand it very well when I will explain that. So there are two distortions, harmonic distortions and crossover distortion. Harmonic distortion is generation of new frequencies. Crossover distortion is output is not produced for entire cycle of input signal. Right? That is crossover distortion. And third performance parameter is power dissipation capacity. Power dissipation capacity means ability of the transistor to tolerate the amount of heat. How much power it can dissipate, how much power it can tolerate, that is power dissipation capacity. If the transistor is manufactured with the rating of 500 milliwatt power and you are connecting it in the circuit and power in the circuit is exceeding 500 milliwatt, transistor is manufactured for 500 milliwatt power, but the power generated is exceeding 500 milliwatt. So due to overheating, that transistor will damage. So that is known as power rating or power dissipation capacity. Ability of the transistor to tolerate the amount of heat. If it is designed for 500 milliwatt, the generated power must not exceed 500 milliwatt. If it is so, the transistor will damage due to overheating. Third performance parameter, power dissipation capacity. So now we will study class A power amplifier, different power relations and efficiency. Simplest form of class A power amplifier. Here the supply voltage is VCC, current flowing through that supply is ICQ. So V into I is power, this is input power, VCC into ICQ, and the output power will be obtained here, that will be AC. This sine wave will pass through the transistor and will convert this DC power into output DC power. Conversion of DC power into AC power, action of the circuit is controlled by input signal. Try to remember the definition what I have defined. Conversion of input DC power into output AC power, the action is controlled by input signal. So this is input power VCC into ICQ DC, and while it is transferred to output, it is transferred through the AC signal sine wave applied here. It passes through the transistor to the output and converts that power into AC output power. So input power is DC, output power is AC. So we will write different power relations. First, input DC power. VCC into ICQ. Now for class A operation, it is essential for class A, it is essential that VCEQ must be half of VCC. For class A operation, VCEQ must be, so if this is put here, VCC will be 2 times CCQ, here you will get so this is class A operation. It is essential, mandatory that Q point must be at the center of the load line. Load line you have studied in first year. Q point must be at the center of the load line, and for Q point to be at the center of the load line, VCQ must be half of VCC. So VCC will be 2 times VCQ. That is input power. So it starts from here, then it is given to resistor. So resistor power, that is also DC. I square R, current power is calculated either V into I or I square R. So current is ICQ square Rn. Then the power is given to transistor. So what is transistor dissipation? Voltage is VCQ, current entering is ICQ. So VCEQ into ICQ. That's it, transistor dissipation. Now the power is given to transistor. Now transistor will convert part of this power into output AC power. Transistor will convert part of this power into output AC power. So output AC power will be, since it is AC, it is VRMS into IRMS, or Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2. We know that VRMS is Vm by root 2, IRMS is Im by root 2, so it is Vm Im by 2. Now part of the power, not whole power, part of the power is converted into output AC power. So where is remaining power? So remaining power heats the transistor only. Useless power. Power is generated here. Sum is given to Rn. Remaining goes to transistor. Transistor converts part of that power, not whole power, part of that power into output AC power. So part, but remaining power, where it is going? It is simply a wastage in hitting the transistor junction. So peak power is PCDC. Output power minus part of this power is converted into output, so this minus this will be simply wasted in heating the transistor. So these are the 5 power relations, and now we will carry with efficiency, overall efficiency. Output AC power upon input DC power into 100%. So output AC power VMIN by 2. Input AC power, input DC power 2 VC equal to IC. So it is VMIN upon 4 VC into IC. This efficiency, for maximum efficiency, the shift in the Q point is up to maximum level. Shift in the Q point is up to maximum level, means this will be equal to this and this will be equal to this. VCEQ is equal to VM and ICQ is equal to IM. So if these two are equal, this is cancelled, so maximum overall efficiency is 1 by 4 into 100%. Right? Overall efficiency VMIN by 2. For maximum efficiency, this is the condition that Q point will shift up to the maximum value. So VCQ will shift up to VM, ICQ will shift up to IM. Now second is collector efficiency. Output AC power upon transistor dissipation. We have defined these two efficiencies above. So transistor dissipation is this one, VCQ to ICQ. And again same condition, so maximum collector efficiency will be, this is cancelled, 1 by 2 into 100, 50%. Right? So class A amplifier, numerical on these relations may be asked in the exam. Numerical on these relations may be asked in the exam. So I will give you the numerical in notes. So please observe the video carefully, listen it carefully. I am going to provide you the notes. Go through the notes. Write down in your own handwriting. Okay? Bye.